Tonight, we report on the impact of gorge concert goers on Quincy's hospital and Miss Rodeo Washington's efforts to raise funds. What's happening in sports, Bob?
The Afraid Boys basketball team moved into second place in the CWAC standings last night. Stick around to find out how they did it. How's the weather in the Columbia Basin tonight?
Hello again, everybody. Pretty quiet conditions, but the temperatures do continue quite frigid. I'll let you know in just a few moments when we can expect seasonable temperatures to return.
All this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Administrators of the Quincy Valley Medical Center want Live Nation to help foot the bill for concert goers using the hospital without paying their bills. According to the Quincy Valley Post-Register, the hospital claims 20% of their bad debt, which is about $400,000, comes from people attending concerts at the Gorge Amphitheater. They are asking Live Nation to help pay for the services they provide during concerts. Last June, the hospital received 123 emergency room patients during the Paradiso Festival, and 87 said they came from the Gorge Amphitheater. The Quincy Valley Post-Register reported that almost half were drug and alcohol-related cases. Many patients did not pay for the service they received. Audrey Ramsden held her coronation celebration in Moses Lake to raise funds for her travel as Miss Rodeo Washington 2014. Reporter Courtney Vasquez has the story.
Audrey Ramsden held her coronation celebration Saturday to raise funds for her travel as Miss Rodeo Washington 2014. As Miss Rodeo Washington, Ramsden will be promoting Washington State and the Western way of life, as well as educating people about agriculture and the livestock industry.
Well, I think a lot of people have a misconception about what rodeo is really about, and there's a lot of animal rights groups that have portrayed it in a very negative way, when reality it has a fantastic moral concept. You know, it's all about hard work and family and, you know, putting your animals' care first. The rodeo animals get some of the best care in the world, and so I really think it's important as my job as representing that lifestyle, because it's deeply rooted in the history of our country and, you know, how the West was founded essentially. So I think it's very important that I'm representing rodeo.
Ramsden met her fundraising goal and is heading to Bremerton on February 15th for Miss Teen Rodeo, then to Florida at the end of February for the next leg of her tour. For iFIBER 1 News, I'm Courtney Vasquez.
Thank you, Courtney. A woman said a man followed her, babbling about numbers and Kentucky Fried Chicken. She called 911 Tuesday morning when she saw people on the roof of apartments on Grape Drive in Moses Lake. When she came outside, the people fled, and one man began to follow her. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, the man was reportedly carrying a license plate stolen from a vehicle and acting odd. Chief Deputy Ryan Rechtenwald stated the suspect appeared to be under the influence of some type of drug. He was quoting a bunch of numbers and talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken. Deputies located Cipriano Valdez, a 47-year-old man, took him back to his residence and issued him citations for malicious mischief in the 3rd degree and criminal trespassing in the 2nd degree. Quincy may build a new outdoor stage. The City Council asked for prices to construct the proposed 40 by 60-foot stage in Lozier Park during Tuesday's meeting. The city budgeted about $600,000 for the project. Council will decide on whether to proceed once they have an idea of what it will cost.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
We'll be right back after this.